if he was really about that smash his face on and delete. If he really, you know what I'm saying? If he really wanted to be about that
Basically, the tech said to the customer, if you can't see out of one of your eyes, why do you need two monitors?
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Code Noir podcast, your tech bros' favorite tech bros. It's your boy, Obi.
And it's your boy, Chuka. Let's get into the episode.
0, 1. Let's get started.
All right. Today, we got an interesting one today.
Oh, wait, you already hit record?
Yeah. So, you know,
Slow.
it's it's okay. We're keeping this in.
Okay.
Today we've got a very interesting one on the docket. Horror stories. Not your average horror stories, though. Tech support horror stories. Because as you know, we work in a field that's predominantly customer facing, whether it be internal or external. Well, I don't really deal with external, but, you know, somebody out there's in help desk dealing with external users, you know, MSP, all that good stuff. And there's the horror stories, the users unplugging servers, the internet's down for the whole company, printers, company-wide emails, somebody sending over the Outlook distribution list, security mistakes, some dumbass gave his password out, or just, you know, your average everyday on-call disaster.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying, we all have one. I've got plenty, you've got plenty. It's a part of everyday life, you know? If you can't handle a horror story, or if you can't handle being a part of that horror story, maybe this isn't your field. But I'll start off with one of my own, because I personally, I think anybody in tech, whether it's dev, infrastructure, any facet of the being, help desk, printers. Print servers and that alike, right? So I'm going to refrain from using any names or any specific situations. I'm just going to give an overall horror story, technically. Basically,
You put some names in there, make it more spicy. You call somebody out on the podcast, you're like, hey, it was
crazy, we got a at the work, but I'm not going to say that. I already said it. Well, they'll never see this.
This is not about
We're going to bleep that name anyway. The name's getting bleeped, so you won't even know what we're talking about. Basically, though, they who shall not be named, right? It's just everyday printing, man. Every day, nonstop, black and white, color, all this stuff. I don't know what it is about printers. This isn't necessarily my issue or my horror story with the user. It's just printers in general. If I could take every printer in the world, just elbow drop, but not like, you know, bust out my arm, I would personally Netanyahu every printer I could possibly find. Printers are just like Wawas, right? They're just no reason. Like you want a tiny piece of shit. You think you own, but you just don't want to work one day. One day you work everything, and then people got the audacity to be like, it was working a week ago. Why can't you fix it now? I couldn't tell you. Because the fix I used the day it broke that one time won't fix it this time. This isn't really a horror story. This is just a general talk about me hating printers. But, Chuka, I know you got some. So I'm going to pass it to you before we get into the rest of this. But, yeah, man. Printers. To this day, all my homies hate printers.
Yeah, it's printers, bro. It's printers till it's backwards, bro.
Facts on facts.
On G, because, I'm going to rant a little bit about printers, too, low-key, because, I don't... And I've worked with all kinds of printers, bro. Like, whether it's just freaking thermal printers or your typical, like, you know, scanner printers. They all just act weird at some point. I don't know, like... And the thing with printers, too, is that, like, there's never really sometimes in certain situations, there's never really like a good, clear like resolution, right? Or like a very clear cut uh, troubleshooting step by step type of thing that you can follow. You kind of just have to finagle with it a little bit, and then somehow it just works, right? Like I
Yep.
don't know, but dude, I just feel like maybe whatever architecture that printers are built on, I just think there's something in there that's just so flaky, you know? And yeah, no, seriously, bro, like anyone in big tech, bro, if we can find like a permanent resolution to printers in general
DM
to
us.
just get them to work more consistently, I am very welcome to that idea, honestly. Yeah,
Facts.
we as a group, we got to figure this out. Like low key.
High key.
High key
'Cause
actually.
Shit.
Bruh, but yeah, man, tech support is fun. It's fun, I guess. But yeah, I remember like working in a call center, bro. If you haven't worked in a call center, then honestly, good for you. Don't do it. Fucking do it, because call centers are a great experience, man. And for those who don't really know me or understand how I talk, I was being very sarcastic.
I was like, he does not mean that. I was right next to him while he was working said call center, and
Yeah.
the wails, the ghostly wails of anguish I would hear.
Yeah. Man.
Tragic.
I remember this one time where basically, so I was working at a call center, right? And so typical type of environment, a lot of calls coming in through the phones. And this company that I was working for at the time was basically a internet service provider, right? So most of these people calling in, they're either calling about their internet being down or like their cable service and stuff like that. So it was crazy, man. And I had this one time where basically this woman calls in, and she's basically a Karen, right? And she's already like just off rip, already complaining about something with the internet. I don't remember what the specifics was, but she's going off on me, dude. She's just going off on me, and like I'm trying to de-escalate the situation, right? I'm trying to calm her down. I'm trying to let her know that, hey, these are your options. I understand what's going on. I think the service had been down for multiple like days or maybe like a week, and she had to call in several times. And then I think at that point, my last line of resolution was to see if we could send a tech in person out there, right? Because I'm working remote. So
Yeah.
now I got to schedule a service call for someone to go out there to actually look at her physical equipment. And she wasn't trying to hear none of that, because I guess a tech had come out to her address like a couple days before and didn't figure it out, and then she was back in the same situation all over again. So now at this point, her daughter gets on the call too. Now I'm getting tag teamed by two Karens, bro. From Mama Karen and Baby Karen. I'm getting tag teamed. Oh my God. Now it's like, dude, I don't even know what to do. And then they're asking for the supervisor. And I think we only had one supervisor on the schedule that day, bro. And so obviously this supervisor is already slammed. So I'm trying to kick the call over to them, but I can't do it because based on the policy, you can't just kick calls over to the supervisor. You kind of have to check in with them first, get their availability before you kick a customer over to the supervisor. So obviously I'm trying to get through to the supervisor, but they're busy because they're on a different call right now. So I had to just try to manage the situation, bro. And they're coming at me, bro. This is almost like damn near offensive, right? I mean, no like slurs were hurled at me or anything like that, but it was just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the call kind of just ended. Really, there was really no resolution for that. The way it went, it just kind of really went so south, and they ended up just hanging up the phone. And I was just like, okay, cool. You know,
That's a dub. Sorry.
Yeah. But for anyone out there that's trying to do like a tech support call center type of thing, Yeah, good luck to you, brother. Because
You're cooked, is what he's trying to say in
your,
the
your,
nicest way.
your patience will be tested. Um, Personally, I do feel like it does build character. And this is something that I say every time because, at the end of the day, we work in tech, right? And no matter how advanced the technology gets, or no matter what side of tech you're working on in all its different layers, right? You're always still going to deal with some sort of front-facing customer relationship, right? Whether that's your regular customers or clients for an MSP, or you're working for a corporation and you have shareholders, you have coworkers, or some kind of tech sales, whatever it might be, right? You're gonna be interfacing with people at the end of the day, and
Yep.
you kind of just have to learn how to have those difficult conversations and have to navigate that, at the end of the day. But,
Yeah, my big thing is if you think you're gonna get straight into tech with no prior job experience with like anything outside of tech, brother, give that fuck. I thank the Lord every day I got retail experience before I got into tech, because retail, and I mean this with the most respect possible, retail will show you just how bad natural selection is. And how it needs to let me not even say how bad natural selection is. It'll just show you how devolved some people's minds really are, because they're stupid, and then there's like retail stupid. Like, people just forget English, they don't learn how to read,
yeah,
math, geography, geometry. They forget certain like aspects of like let me not even give them that, 1st to 5th grade. Everything we learned in that stage of our lives just goes out the window when you're working in retail, because the subhumans that you have to deal with, I commend every waitress, every maid, every food service worker, every retail worker in clothes especially, just anybody that has to deal with customers on a day-to-day basis in a very like lower on the end of like the job career path field, like
a lower paying job.
Exactly, an entry level position. My heart goes out to you. I will never speak ill of any of those people, because the mental fortitude you have to deal with those people is astounding. And if you don't have that and you get into tech, because 9 times out of 10, the owner of the company or the CEO probably doesn't know how to connect their printer to their laptop. I know everybody in the comments, it's true. If you work in tech, this guy over here makes 7 times your salary and can't print a PDF.
Yeah, you don't know how to open up a PDF.
So there's that. Yep. But now we're going to get into a little new segment we found thanks to our executive producer. She doesn't want to be here today, but she's behind the scenes. Exactly. First, we're going to get into some Reddit stories.
So it says, I had a colleague in a previous job like the stupid infrastructure person here. He once deleted a production replica of a Keynotes application because that site server is getting full and they can use the hub one. No, they can't. Their connection to the hub replica was not big enough to handle live user-controlled access, and this was the QA site that had to verify the work of other sites. I told him to put it back immediately, and he wouldn't report that he'd done. He was later fired from stealing from the company and getting himself into the position of main person who ordered comms equipment and being the expert approver for comms equipment orders.
Oh, shit. Sounds like Buddy was laundering from the company, or hemorrhaging funds for his own personal gain.
Yeah, the way it was typed, it was kind of weird to read, but it seems to me that like basically they tried to do some kind of failover for the server, and I guess whatever they were trying to fail over to was not big enough to handle user controlled access apparently, but I guess the guy didn't listen and probably still went ahead with the failover, and I'm assuming that caused absolute chaos because yeah, that's always fun.
And he said he was fired for stealing from the company, so that couldn't be good.
Oof. Yeah. That didn't help either.
Like
so,
shit,
your job, one, and
you're a
you're
criminal
from the company. Perfect.
Tragic. All right, so on the second one here it says, this is from r/sysadmin. Hey, that's what I am. At my last job, instead of sending out a large update package with forced reboot to our pilot group, I accidentally selected the wrong group in the dropdown and went out to production. This was done through Delicast, and I pretty much caught myself immediately. Of course, my stomach sunk. Unfortunately, there was no way to roll back this deployment. How did I get out of it? I immediately gave my manager a call, let him know what I did. He was upset, but understood mistakes happen. I told him, I made this mistake. I'm going to own the immediately and not play clueless once the calls start rolling in. Shit happens. I never made that mistake again, and my behavior in the face of a bad situation saved myself and management a lot of headache. See, that's good. Accountability is good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of I tell in a job interview. Like,
yeah, I was about to say that's
a perfect
example
job interview shit.
What's one of those questions they usually ask? Like a situation where something went wrong.
Yeah.
And
how did you handle it? Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they probably won't like the part that you forced everyone's PCs across the entire organization to reboot, but
yeah, that's probably
saved it last minute, you know.
A good $1 million in revenue just down the drain. But don't tell them that part, but tell them the part where you fixed it. Maybe replace your name with someone else, and then be like, oh yeah, but I fixed it. You know what I'm saying? a little. It's just stretching the truth and lying. But it is what it is. At the end of the day. So no, that's a good one. Because that's pretty much what we do all the time. When we're in this field, you test certain things. Sometimes it goes a little further than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And you gotta own up to the and tell.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to fix it, nobody's gonna be too mad at you, depending on what it is. Now, if it's like a certificate issue, I'll pray for you, brother, because that downtime is, and just to fix it in general, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone in like any sort of system administrator or anyone that works with servers or any sort of endpoint manager would really relate to this story, because that's like one of the biggest things that you got to deal with a lot of times, right? It's like updates, and depending on how the updates are packaged, like in this situation, right, the package was built with a forced reboot in there, and then he put it in the wrong group, so it didn't deploy to the actual endpoints that it was supposed to deploy to, and it probably ended up like forcing a reboot on a bunch of other like PCs or servers that had nothing to do with this deployment in the first place.
And if they were running scheduled tasks,
that
could be bad.
A lot of
yeah.
I was gonna say something too, but yeah, another big thing with that also is like with like reboots, for example, like when it comes to like servers like that, and then like a bunch of other things that are connected to that service also go down with it, right? And then it's like sometimes you don't even know what the root cause is, because you're thinking that it's more of like just a software that went down, but it's a butterfly effect of something else
down
in the
there
stack that went down.
And now you're like, what? Okay, this didn't break. This didn't either. Yeah, you're done, buddy. Just go ahead and put your stuff in that box. Go on, get out of the building. You're just clock out for me real quick. All right, you got the next one
here. Yeah. So it says, I got to the office this morning and someone from finance asked me, "Yo, X, is our ERP up yet?" I was confused. What do you mean, is it up? She replied, "You know our ERP has been down since 7:30 a.m., right? I checked, and sure enough, our ERP was down. I panicked and started troubleshooting the server. I panicked and started troubleshooting. The server was up and running, and the network was fine. I didn't know what else to do, so I blamed our vendor.
Nice. I love
I
it.
sent them a WhatsApp message. So you already know the
Vendors in India. The vendors in India. You all know it's true.
Is not anywhere
In these
a
United
20-mile
States
radius.
of America. Okay.
Oh
okay.
my god, this is funny. Hey, what did you guys do? We can't access our ERP. So I'm guessing this is what they said to the vendor. And they replied, "We didn't do anything. I was at a loss. I continued troubleshooting, but people were starting to get angry and impatient. I remembered that our domain had expired on May 28, 2023, and today was June 2nd. The domain provider had auto renewal enabled, and it was attached to one of our director's credit cards. I called him and he was still asleep. After 16 minutes of trying to wake him up, he finally renewed the domain. He mentioned that he forgot to change the card details. I waited patiently for the domain to come back up. My phone could access the ERP, but my laptop still couldn't. I was able to start troubleshooting again, and when one of my managers said, "Have you tried restarting DNS?" I did, and it worked. Oh my god. The most feared 3-letter acronym
The
in all
Grim
of-
Reaper of
in
tech.
all of tech's existence, bro. DNS.
DNS.
DNS, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
the
that was a-
killer. That's tough. That one hurts, bro. Because it's always the easiest, but you
Yeah.
don't think it's that one. So you do all the hard first, trying to get to that the fix. Whole time, that's DNS.
But this one's interesting too. I love this, bro. I love this. This is so interesting because it's one of those types of like calls that you get on, and then you're troubleshooting shit, where there's like multiple layers to the problem, right? Because imagine in this situation, right? If he had checked DNS first and DNS was working fine, right? And translating IP addresses and all of that, but he never fixed the domain issue, it still wouldn't work,
True.
right? You get what I
True.
mean? In this situation, they got the domain renewed, but DNS had to be
Restarted.
restarted, like restarting the DNS server. So it's one of those things. Like if you did either or,
It wouldn't know.
it's
Yeah.
still- it's
I'll
still
allow
working.
it this time, but usually you hit that one first. I'm not gonna lie. Everywhere I've been at, they're like, it's like
check DNS?
literally every time you hear it. I don't know if you've seen Fairly Odd Parents. It's like Dinkelberg. That's how I feel every time somebody says DNS to me. I'm just thinking in my head like Dinkelberg. I don't wanna. I hate it. But I
Yeah.
need it to survive. But get into this last one here. All right, no, not the last one, but a new one. So this one is from r/sysadmin as well, from user bra. I'm not gonna post this shit out there. Never mind. Says help desk manager asked a guy whose PC was locked to reboot it. When he asked how, she told him to press. When she asked how, he told him to press Control Alt Delete, and he replied he couldn't do that. After she mocked him, he told him why she couldn't, and oh my god, he only had one arm. Oof. And then somebody replies to that saying, there are Control and Alt keys on the right of the keyboard too. It's a little uncomfortable, but you can press them that way one-handed. Hey, at least
Can you Control Alt Delete with one hand?
me
Can
see.
you do it, Obi? This
I
is the
can.
Code Blue Art challenge.
I can.
The Code Blue Art challenge.
Cause look,
Can you press Control
if
Alt
you're
Delete with one
you're
hand?
a keyboard and mouse gamer, you can do this, right? Because you got that long pinky strength. So you put the index finger on Alt, you put your ring finger on Control, and then you got to stretch your
I
pinky.
think I can do it.
Yeah, you stretch your pinky all the way to delete. Boom, boom,
It's a
boom.
little awkward, but
Or if he was really about that, smash his face on fucking delete. If he really, you know what I'm saying? If he really wanted to be about that, sounded like you know what? That's ableist. I'm not even going. My fault, King.
that is
That's ableist. That's
Yeah,
ableist.
we gotta chill a little bit.
Let me chill out. I hope he
was
got
crazy, though.
I hope he got it rebooted. That's messed up that she mocked him though, because he literally ain't got one. He only had
Yeah.
one arm, bro.
You know what's crazy too? I've heard a similar story where someone was like, so basically someone told a customer that, so, okay, how did it go? So, okay, this is how it went. Somewhere in the conversation, right, the customer tells the tech that, oh, I can't see in one of my eyes,
Okay.
right? And the tech was there to fix their the dual monitor setup. And then basically the tech said to the customer, if you can't see out of one of your eyes, why do you need two monitors?
He's not wrong, but he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? For asking that. You wrong as for asking that, but he's not wrong. Right? Because me too. Are you looking in with one eye on this one? This one can't see.
Yeah, safe to say that guy was banned from ever entering that establishment ever again.
No, that's not ridiculous to say that. That's not ridiculous to say that at all. That guy needs to be.
No, he actually was. He actually was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The person who told me the story, yes, they told me that.
Oh,
Fucking fired and banned from that establishment, bro.
nah, you
Can't say
really
bro.
can't say like that to a customer, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Dude, what?
You can say that shit in your head or after that leaves, but saying it right when they're there to them, you dumb as you deserve that for real. But
All right, let's get to the next one here from Reddit as well. Going back a long way, investigating an office internet outage. Issue was someone was emailing a lot of very large attachments to the point the Exchange server flooded the internet pipe. Turned out my manager was emailing videos of.
what did I fucking say, y'all?
Turned out my manager was emailing videos of himself off to lots of women. It was a hard incident to work on, given his wife was the head of HR.
Now. You hear that? That's in and of itself. It was a hard incident to work on.
Oh my god!
'Cause he was.
This guy probably works in digital forensics.
Yep, and he was
Probably-
in it.
Yeah. No, I think the guy who posted this, it would make sense if he was working in digital forensics. So maybe this happened and he was hired to basically investigate this issue.
Oh.
And so he's saying that this was a hard incident for him to work on because the wife of the person who did this
What's the head?
is
of
the head of
HR?
HR. Oh my god.
What
this
did I
is
say,
this
though?
is a clusterfuck of just
What did I say
chaos.
though? Cause like there's that one post some weird company wide in the Outlook distribution lists, and he's eating his meat, and he said lots of other women that
Man, you
wasn't
don't
his
wanna-
wife.
You don't want to see that drive, bro.
Nah.
That drive is an archive.
That
Those
vile.
diabolical things you've ever seen.
Nah, that's tragic.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
That's crazy.
I feel for his wife, but yo, you married that weird. So low key, you deserve it. But that's just a little bit into the line of sight, as a tech guy would say, into the horror stories that can really go down. Cause y'all, you know what I'm saying? People hear tech and they're like, man, the worst you deal with is a computer. This and that. I'm a doctor. I on me every day. I'm like, yeah, that's great and all, but you heard what happened to old buddy? His meat all over the Exchange server. There's a lot of fates worse than death, man. And that
if you had a bad day, just know that someone's wife had to handle an HR
incident with her husband.
where her husband is sending videos of his across the company's email distribution list.
So not only
Multiple women.
is he cheating on you, he's cheating on you, and everybody knows.
Everybody.
So you can't even use your high status to like, it was AI. No, it wasn't. Candace, it wasn't. That was
multiple
Richard.
videos, bro. Multiple videos
Like-
in different positions, and just oh
Ah.
my goodness, bro.
Disgusting.
Oof.
But what a way to end the episode, y'all. It's been real, y'all. Thank you for joining us today. That was some weird, bro. That was some weird. Who? I want y'all to think about that one. When you log off today, think about that busting it to many women all over their shirt. No, I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
think I want to think.
No,
about
don't
that.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't want that visual to even enter my consciousness.
Ah,
What the heck?
but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's been real, y'all. It's your boy Obi,
And it's your boy Chuka,
and we out,
and
y'all.
we're signing out.